Hi everybody, today we are going to be talking about how to engrave on your Cricut Maker with some acrylic. Hey everybody, I'm Nick from thebeardedhousewife.com. This is the channel that shows you how to do simple crafts, usually with your Cricut or cutting machine, that help you craft your house into a home. So today we're going to be talking about how to engrave with the engraving tip on the Cricut Maker to engrave onto acrylic. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this with the lighting, but I came up with a couple designs here, and you will see that this one is an angel, obviously, and I filled in all of the lines here, so it makes a complete engraving. It's not just line art. So let me show you how to get onto my blog and get the free file, and then we'll head over to Design Space and then we'll get started making it.
Okay, we are here at my blog, thebeardedhousewife.com. So we're going to head over to the Resource Library tab. If you don't have access to the free file library, you can click Get Access. You'll fill out a form and then you'll be emailed the password. But for now, we're going to click Enter the Library, and then we fill out the password and click Enter. And you're brought to all of the files. So for this tutorial, you're going to get to the angel engraving file. I also have the Santa engraving file for a Santa acrylic. But for now, click the angel engraving, and then we can head over to Design Space once it downloads to your computer. Alright, now we're in a new canvas in Design Space. So we're going to head over to Upload, then Upload Image, and click Browse. And we're going to find where we downloaded the file onto our computer and click Open, and then Save. Highlight that image and hit Insert Image. Alright, now it's brought it into our canvas. First things first, you're going to want to change the size depending on what size acrylic blank you use. If you are using the acrylic blanks that I linked in the description for the tutorial, you're going to want to change it to 5 inches wide. Otherwise, you're going to want to measure your acrylic and size accordingly. Alright, now we're going to head up to the line type menu and select engrave, because obviously we want our Cricut Maker to engrave this. Then we can head up to make it, and you're going to want to center your image on the center of the mat. This will help align it, center it on the acrylic. So in order to do this, we are going to want to make sure that we center the image along the 6-inch mark, both horizontally and vertically. So drag that into the center and center it the best you can using the guide marks on the mat preview. There we go, that looks pretty good. 2.5 inches on all sides, it looks like. Just checking everything over. Yep, that looks good. Now we can head over to continue. Alright, let's head up to Browse All Materials and type into the search bar acrylic and hit enter. And then for this tutorial, I'm going to select acrylic thick, the 2mm. Hit OK. And then for pressure, for all acrylics, I like to change it to more. It gives a deeper, better engraving in my opinion, but that's totally up to you. Now we can head over to prepare a mat. For this tutorial, we're going to need the purple strong grip mat and our piece of acrylic. This is actually not the right one that I'm using. This ended up being a little bit thicker. I will be using the one that I linked in the description for the rest of the tutorial. Some painter's tape, the engraving tip, Alright, now I'm going to show you how to line up the acrylic. First things first, I'm using my weeding tool to get the protective film off of one side of the acrylic. Alright, now center this again along the 6-inch mark, both horizontally and vertically. You can refer back to Design Space if you need to. Alright, and press evenly. Now take your painter's tape, and you're going to want to add this around the edge of the acrylic. This just helps because there's a lot of movement that goes on when you're engraving. One thing that you want to make sure that you don't do is put the tape anywhere the engraving is going to be, because that's going to be a mess. Now you want to move all of the star wheels out of the way, and we can load the machine by clicking the flashing arrows. And the flashing C to begin the engraving. Now I'm going to speed up this part of the video because the engraving does take a long time. It's close to an hour for this project. So here we go. Alright, now that it has completed engraving the acrylic, now it's time to start taking the painter's tape off of the acrylic and the mat. You want to go slowly because this is a strong grip mat. And now we can peel the mat away from the acrylic. It should release well, especially because we left that layer of protective film on the back. There we go. Set that down. Now to clean it, I always use glass cleaner. I don't know if that's the quote-unquote professional way to do it, but it has always worked to get the smudges and any extra little pieces of acrylic that might have accumulated in the grooves. It works for me. Now I'm using the weeding tool again to take the back layer of protective film off of the acrylic. Trying to be careful not to add any more fingerprints. Alright, now I've grabbed the LED light base. I'm going to flip this over, open up the battery compartment, put the batteries in. This particular light base has the option of using USB power or 3 AA's for power. You can use any kind of light base that you want, but this is the one that I have linked in the description. So I'm going to close this up, flip it over. You can see that it's already turned on. Let me turn that off really quick. And now just add your acrylic. And this is ready to turn on and see how it looks. Isn't that so cool? I love how when you fill in the engraving, it really makes it just pop.
Isn't this so simple? There were only a couple of steps in Design Space and then the machine did the rest of it. I love this engraving tip and I love the way that this looks with this lighted base. Now remember, I have 2 different files available on the blog. This one is the angel and then I have a Santa available as well. So make sure that you hit the right one. They'll all be listed in my library. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you hit like and subscribe so you know every time that I come out with a new video. Head over to my blog, thebeardedhousewife.com. I've got lots of tutorials, Cricut how-tos, some really cute decor. I'm quite proud of it, so make sure that you go check it out. Until next time, I'm Nick, I'm the Bearded Housewife. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all later. Bye.